Yo, so you just watched me get hooked by the Nasdaq today. Currently it was 14th April, Tuesday. That was the day I took those trades on in the New York Open session, and bro, I got absolutely cooked. Like the price action, nah, I can't blame price action. Like price action is gonna do what it does, and I can't complain about that. What I will complain about is how I performed today, and that was because all those two losses first. That was because I was so impatient today. I was so married to my bias. Um, I'll show you. So I posted here in my Discord. I just opened this Discord. It's kind of like my journal, but also a place to discuss if you feel like you want somewhere where it's like just, real and honest. That's where I'm gonna be journaling everything, full transparency. Like, started this because I'm just so sick of people LARPing online. There's so many LARPers online these days. And you can see like whenever you open TikTok and people are commenting, those bots are commenting like, "Oh, FX Alex G, this guy made me 15K this month or something." You just know that creator is a LARPer. Those creators are LARPers. But anyways, yeah, here I post my daily bias yesterday, April 14th. What I wanted to see, I was like so like stuck to looking for shorts that I was so married to the bias and I just couldn't accept. Like my ego was hurt from seeing price like not play out how I wanted to. And that's such a big problem for me today. That usually happens when I'm like, I don't know, but I think today especially because it was kind of reasonable to assume like we're gonna go lower maybe, based on my like previous experience, which is, we're above all our true opens. We are, we've been bullish for so long, and we had previous month SMT. We had previous week SMT as well. Like we had these high time frame SMTs. We hit previous month high, which was this line here. I was thinking maybe we probably should go a bit lower, at least to rebalance in the short time frame, because we've just left so many gaps behind. But today market showed me a new condition, which is, structure. It was undeniably bullish still. There wasn't any confirmation for shorts yet. We had this data high here, which was a very strong and obvious draw on liquidity. We take that in market open. It was like this move up here. And then basically we just continue higher and higher. We take it on all assets, so there wasn't SMT anymore. Um, so there was nothing really to validate me to look lower anymore after that happened. And it's kind of, not very probable for SMT to occur with a data high because it's a draw for every asset, and it's really likely that all these assets are gonna go and take them. But anyways, it went through here. I took my first entry on here. This was my first entry, 12-point stop, get stopped out basically instantly. What I was looking for was really, I should have been at least waiting for a 1 minute CISD. Like, wait, yeah, 1 minute. But let me see. Yeah, so this would have been the 1 minute CISD right here. So I should have at least waited for that. But off here, I literally entered right as I saw 1 minute candle S&T. I literally saw this in here. I was just so excited, like, to take shorts. I was like, I don't want to miss shorts. I'm so certain shorts are gonna happen. My analysis has to be right. I can't be wrong here. I failed to realize that we basically took out all the SMT here. There was nothing for me to look for short. We we have no SMT anymore. Like we just right here we ran it out on all the assets. Why am I looking to short? But I was just so this is what happens when you're married to the bias. Like do not be like me today. I was just so focused on it that I just failed to realize I wasn't even looking at the other assets. I was just looking, okay, I'm gonna see something happened here. When it goes down, I'm gonna short. But nah, get stopped out on this trade. First trade, negative 12 points. Second trade, this was off an SMTF. So this candle here, I didn't wait for it to close. I didn't wait for a 15-second CISD here. I just entered again so impatiently. Like as soon as I saw right here, I think yeah, ES had taken the previous 1 minute high as well as YM, but NQ hadn't yet and didn't trade into the fair value gap yet. So, but I just took it because I'm like, I gotta see shorts play out, and that basically got stopped instantly again, minus 13 points. And then finally, the last trade. This was actually valid, honestly. Sorry, still a little sick, but honestly, this trade was valid. Like disregarding the high time frame, we're obviously bullish still, but like, yeah, this is the reason why. So I did see this actually, just right before I get into that, but 90-minute SMT here, YM takes it here, and Q fails to take it here, and then we start deflecting higher. That's obviously a bullish line, and I shouldn't be ignoring that. Instead, what I did, I ignored that because just simply because we are so above all the other opens. However, intraday we continue higher, and nothing validated shorts to work out. No SMT for shorts had started working out yet, which means where order flow is obviously still bullish. But yeah, I guess what was reasonable was that true day open, true month open, true week open, we're still above all that. It's still quite in premium, but the fact that we in pre-market we manipulate right below true New York, which is like the most recent time anchor for it, create 90-minute SMT, start going higher basically. The fact that we did this basically shows that we're still really, this is the real discount. We retrace into discount here and then we go higher. So price is still wanting to go higher, like very obviously. But in the time I didn't, I ignored that basically. I'm like, nah, it can't be. We gotta go lower. We gotta go lower. We've been bullish so much this whole week and day as well. But this trade here, third trade, last trade, this was valid actually. Just because what had happened was as soon as 9:45 started, which is the new microcycle, basically like a small time cycle within quarterly theory, and it just gives us higher probable SMTs. And we formed this micro plus 1 minute candle here, and then right here we form a 1 minute CISD. And this was valid actually. This was completely valid. And I take my entry right as this candle closes, 1 minute CISD. There is, it's reacting off of the micro right now, so there is a chance it can go lower, and it does. It does go lower. Even though high time frame is bullish, we do have a very valid micro setup. So it's like a short scalp basically. And yeah, I trail my stop around here. It's like here. Yeah, I got like break even right here basically, and then it didn't run for too long. I was gonna target like either this or this anyway, so I would have gotten break even anyway, but this was basically the trade. I got break even right here. Came pretty close to the stop, but you know, the microcycle SMT was still holding, so still a valid trade. Just gotta wait it out, and yeah, basically then it just like this was kind of a SMT as well, not a time-based one, but it's just like an SMT plus a soup. And obviously it's the high time frame is so bullish that it's just gonna react off this, and it continues higher. Just right, yeah, basically from the small manipulation goes higher. Not even time-based, but price was just so bullish that any bullish signal was or manipulation made price go higher. But yeah, I was actually kind of surprised by today's price action. So yeah, total it was two L's, one break even, as you saw, at the start of the video. But just to recap, a negative 33 points. Um, and yeah, I uploaded this on my TikTok as well. That same video, 33 points gone. But yeah, today surprised me a lot because we had just hit taken previous month high, like up around here, I think. Yeah, And also the next like time-based draw on liquidity would be all-time highs, which was all the way up here. I was like, there's no way we're gonna just straight head towards there before rebalancing. At least giving us a small rebalance, right? But yeah, it's a new condition. Honestly, never really experienced this before. But yeah, that had happened, and yeah, marrying my bias made me lose today. Only proper trade would have been the one break even, and that should have been it. These two were completely not relevant to take at all, like not at all. But anyways, like the longs, um, if I was more open, honestly, I would have taken this. If I was more open to what's it called, longs, because data highs, this was a very valid trade as well. Like here, I think market open was like here, yeah. This would be like a 1-2-1, really, yeah, but a little low on the risk to reward for me. This would have been a valid trade. I marked out in my Discord as well. Like this is a new one as well. So like I'm the only one in here right now, but really would appreciate if anyone wanted to join, have a chat or just follow my daily bias. I'm not perfect, but learning along the way and see the journey and things like that. The link's in the description if you want to join. I welcome you in and let's like be disciplined and lock in and grow this community. I want to grow a transparent, zero lock community, lock free community. But yeah, I marked out here. I was like, I could potentially see a move towards data highs. But it just didn't give me a good entry at the start. Like data highs, I definitely wanted to see manipulated before shorts. So we did have that valid SMT here. But it was kind of weird because like we're so close to taking 90-minute lows, and then we formed this like really weird candle. So overall, it was weird. Plus the New York Open didn't manipulate lower. I usually want to see New York to at least take out pre-market lows here. So yeah, it wasn't. But after that, like no longs were valid at all. Like I could not see me taking longs in such a no structure price action. It was just continued bullish, bullish, bullish. And still, even today, it's going bullish. Damn, we really pumped so high since then. But yeah, high time frame is very, very bullish right now, going to all-time highs most likely. And yeah, last thing, yeah, I should be talking about this Forex factory at the start, but I keep forgetting. We had these 8:30 news. That was the only news for the week, really. The rest of the week's kind of dead, but we'll see how price develops. In financial juice, nothing really too important either. It was just this data high that was the main liquidity major news that day. I don't really know what's going on with like politics and shit. Like, I don't know why we're so bullish right now. I guess something about the Trump's talks, obviously. I thought there was like a pretty big war going on. I think there was like a ceasefire deal. I don't know if that went through though, like, but yeah. But that was basically my trade for today. Recapped. Two L's, one break even. Should have been just a break even, to be honest. Like, these are completely shit trades. New conditions, but we live, we learn, we gather more data. Now I know, I'm not gonna fade the high time frame structure now from now on. Like it, yeah, and also just waiting for confirmation, not immediately jumping in. Even if I'm so confident on a move happening, anything in the markets can happen, first of all, but also still need to wait for proper confirmation. Still need to wait for that CISD. Still need to wait for that manipulation to happen. But anyways, that's all for today, and thank you so much for watching. And last plug. This is the Discord if you wanna get better with me and learn how I trade. Then yeah, feel free to join. It's free. It's linked in the description. I'm never gonna sell anything paid just because I want trading to be the real income. Like I don't want to make income from course selling and shit like that. But that's a topic for another day. I have so much to talk about, like on how toxic and like um shit the trading industry is with content creation and course sellers. Like it's it's to the point where like you just don't need to trade for money because the courses cover everything, and that's where your real edge is for most people who sell courses. But that's a topic for another day. And yeah, I'm done for my yap today, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and see how I'm trading. But that's all for today, and thank you for watching. See ya.